Got some good stuff going on. Um, you know, we're going pretty viral on X right now. You guys can follow the X at Andrew Fidelis 1. Oh, Andrew Fidelis 0. Follow my X. I'm literally coming up with the best rhetoric, the best messaging, the best everything on that app. I'm running X right now. I'm like the rookie of the year. You know, America first over here. We're right wing. You guys know what we're doing. We're based, all that. Um, but yeah, we're really fighting against this propaganda. It seems like there's a lot of bots on X now, like there's a lot of Zionist bots. They just came out of nowhere. They just took over X. I'm like, literally, what's going on? All I see is like Jewish girls with their tits out saying, "Don't you want to save Israel?" And don't you want to don't you think they should have the right to their land? It's just like three Jewish girls with their tits out. Shouldn't they have a right to their land? How are you not a Zionist? And then it's just like a Jewish girl with their ass out, like at a diner, and it's like, what? Since when is this my TL? Since when have I shown interest in this for you guys to be putting this on my timeline? It's like, and you guys agree with Iran, and it's like three Jewish girls with just their whole body out, just OnlyFans, and it's like, are these even Jewish girls? Can anybody even test this? Is there any even test? It's just like they just look like prostitutes. And they're like, I don't know how anybody could be anti-Semitic. And it's like two Jewish girls with their ass out. And it's like, who's even doing the test to see if these girls are even Jewish? We're just supposed to just believe it. And then all the comments are just bots. It's like, oh man, we're just in like a bot farm right now. We're getting botted up. So I don't know how long this is gonna last. I don't know how long. Um, I don't even know what's gonna come of this, but I just had to bring that up because it was just like, bro, this is outrageous. But as you guys know, Netanyahu made I guess this was his first actual live appearance, like that we can confirm isn't AI. And I mean, I don't know if it's not AI. I can't confirm that, but I just know from the people that were skeptical of Netanyahu being alive and saying everything is AI, they're claiming that this is his actual first live appearance. Like he's back. This is officially him coming back. I don't know what that means. Now he's back. So what were all those coffee videos and him vacationing or something, saying Israel is okay and we need to keep fighting, and him with Mike Huckabee doing like a WWE intro? What was all that? If now he's back, now he finally debunked it. What was all those videos before? None of this makes any sense, but let's watch this clip, because just when you think it can't get any more outrageous, from this regime, from this man, from Netanyahu, from the Likud party, just when you think like we've reached our limits, he says like things like this.
Also wrote The Lessons of History, very brief, 100-page book, in which he said, well, history proves that, unfortunately and unhappily, Jesus Christ has no advantage over Genghis Khan. Because if you are strong enough, ruthless enough, powerful enough, evil will overcome good. Aggression will overcome moderation. So you have no choice.
Unhappily.
If you look at the...
Unhappily, Genghis Khan is just better than Jesus. I'm so sorry to say that. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but Genghis Khan is better than Jesus. I'm sorry. I don't want to say this. I'm very unhappily saying this, but Genghis Khan is just toe for toe, tally for tally. He's just better than Jesus overall. When you look at the box score, you got Genghis Khan, you got Jesus. Genghis Khan is just beating Jesus. Like, I'm sorry to tell you guys that. I don't even want to say this. It pains me to say this. What is he even talking about? I'm saying this very unhappily. Why are you even saying it? What was the point of saying that at all? What does that even have to do with the war in Iran? Like, he has to break this news that Genghis Khan is better than Jesus. He just has to? Why do you have to? Why do you have to say any of this?
World as it is today. You have to be blind not to see that the democracies led by the United States have to reassert their will to defend themselves and to oppose their enemies in time while there's still time, before the jarring gong of danger wakes them up and wakes them up too late. This is where we are now. The fact that people don't see that, the fact that a lot of the news media are harking on a lot of fake news, but also a lot of short-sightedness, and do not see the historic period and the historic struggle that we are engaged in now, doesn't obviate these truths.
Yeah, okay. Politicians they just say anything. They just say anything. I don't know. That looked pretty real to me. That looked pretty real. I mean, maybe the clone is ready. I don't know. Maybe they finished the clone, so they didn't have to do any more AI videos. They could actually do something live. But the TL is crazy right now. The timeline is ridiculous. There's a lot of crazy stuff. That was one that I saw today. Another one today that we saw, which is just like, this is just unreal stuff. Literally can't even make this up. This is a journalist with his mic on and everything, camera on, mic on, literally mid-interview, literally mid-documentary, doing the news in Lebanon, which is a neighboring country to Israel and sided with Iran. A country that Israel is constantly bombing. They actually have boots on the ground in Lebanon. They're bringing tanks in Lebanon. They're bringing the hammer on Lebanon right now, which was one of the countries in the 8-front war, 7-front war. Lebanon, Syria, Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, Sudan. Sudan kind of toppled itself, but I mean, who even knows how that civil war was orchestrated? I mean, do they even document history over there in Sudan? We don't even know. So, I mean, they could have crashed the banks. I don't know. But yeah, Lebanon is really facing a lot of force right now from Israel. They're coming hard on them. Pause. They're really They're really I'll just say it, penetrating Lebanon. They're really bringing the force. So yeah, so there's a journalist there, because I guess he's probably too scared to go to Israel. He knows what's going to happen if he goes to Israel. They don't like journalists in Israel. So he knows what's going on over there. He's in Lebanon doing some neighboring journalism, doing some, close by journalism, I guess. And literally, this is what happens to him.
Further rocket attacks were reported against Nahariya and a minute. Fucking hell. Fuck.
Wow. Can't make this up.
Where?
Can't make this up, man. You could not make this up. And look around him. Nobody's even around him. There's not a city around him. There's not like an army base around him. There's nobody around him. Looks pretty targeted to me. This looks like a targeted strike. Who are they trying to get with this strike? This is farmland. Look at this. Look around. There's nobody there. Just a journalist. And literally a missile literally lands 2 feet away from him. And his cameraman. Is this not a targeted strike on a journalist? What is even the argument for this? What argument can you even make for this? Literally insane. We'll watch it one more time, just out of sheer disbelief.
Further rocket attacks were reported against Nahariya and admitted.
Yeah, bro got blessed. Bro really got blessed. I'll be honest.
Fucking hell. Fuck.
Bro got blessed. Yeah, they missed. Now, if they would have hit him, if they would have hit that guy, it'd have been like, oh, journalist caught. They wouldn't even have reported it, by the way, if they hit him. We wouldn't have even known about it. It would have just been like, he would just have been a statistic. He would have just been a statistic, and then they would have just said, that's false news. That's misinformation. That's not real. None of that is real. None of that is real. Get it? Oh, that's just false information. That's just fake news. So we're seeing it in 4K because what happened in Palestine and Gaza? We saw the genocide in 4K. We saw it with our own eyes. There were literally Palestinians, people in Gaza, live streaming the genocide happening. The people under the rubble, hospitals bombed, elementary schools bombed. It's women and children. It's like majority of Gaza is women and children. Bombed everywhere. Leveled the whole place. What was even the explanation for that? Because at first it was, well, Hamas is hiding and Hamas is using them as human shields. And then, they were trying to make that argument or whatever for it. But towards the end, it was just like, we're just going to bomb them. And then if you just said anything against it, like, wait, why are we bombing them? What's going on? They'll just be like, you're anti-Semitic. You're just anti-Semitic. They just got lazy with it. They were just like, we're just going to bomb them. Well, why are we doing this? Well, what we're trying to do is we're trying to build a resort right there where they're at. They're in the way. Jared Kushner, World Health Organization. We have a whole blueprint here, real estate blueprint. We're trying to change it into a resort. They're just in the way. They changed it to, well, they're using Hamas as human shields. Hamas is using them as human shields. We had to do it. Then they just changed it to like, well, you see, this is going to be the parking lot, and we're trying to make a resort here. Look at this real estate. It's beautiful. I mean, you see what we can do with this? They're literally in the way. The women, the children, the houses, they're like living here. But what we have in mind for it is something much bigger. Something much bigger, much more beautiful. We have to get them out of the way. We ask them to leave. It's like, okay. I mean, do they even need a narrative? This is already the most unpopular thing. Nobody's even backing them up. No other country, by the way, has any type of approval for this regime, for these Zionist, these Zionist actions that are taking place. They don't even have any approval. The approval rating in America is apparently it's 100%. Apparently, CNN is no longer fake news, and y'all see that? The CNN video? They're like, well, let's take a look at the polls to see who is loving this Iran war. 100%! It's like, bro. And what is the source for that? What are the source for any of these polls? 9 million% of people in America love the Iran war. It's like, according to who? And where are we getting this information? How is that? How does that work? 9 million%? How does that work? Yeah, guys are just saying anything. Just saying anything, just coming up with anything. It's like with the integrity for journalism is just out the window. It just ended. They just don't even care. They'll just say whatever. They will just say whatever, literally. And this is what I mean. Here's another video. Here's Fox News. I feel like all the news, mainstream news, Fox News, and this is how you know the mainstream media is a single conglomerate. It may look left and right. They may look like they're going at each other. They may look like they're opposing sides. But notice how no mainstream media, not Fox News, not CBS, not ABC, none of them. When it comes time for business, when it comes time to go to war with Iran, they're all on the same page. They all decided, hey, we can come together on this. You know, we can put our differences aside and go to war with Iran. That's fine with us, as we see here on Fox News.
Don't stop.
Some, absurd nonsense.
You have the people who are talking to Iranians in Iran saying,
This is an Iranian woman. And I'm getting tired of these Iranian women that are like, we love, like, shut the fuck
they're
up.
most afraid of the bombs stopping, because if the bombs stop, they believe the United States might be done.
Absolutely. And when they have the moment to tweet, they're tweeting.
You see, bro, look at this nigga's face. They don't even care about.
They're most afraid of the bombs stopping.
Look at his face. It's not that they want us to stop bombing them. It's not that they're scared of the bombs. They're scared of us not bombing them. Right? It's not that they want us. It's not that they're scared of the bombs, per se. It's not that they're scared of the missiles, but they're actually scared of us not bombing them. Right? Right, guys? Fuck out of here, nigga.
Because if the bombs stop, they believe the United States might be done.
Absolutely. And when they have the moment
Absolutely.
to tweet, they're tweeting and saying,
shut
please
the
don't stop.
fuck up, bitch. Because we're really tired of this. Oh, shoot. I just got a message from my handler. Can you stop saying fuck and bitch on your stream? What about the 28th? Okay, so turns out she's right. Nah, I'm kidding. But this rhetoric is really making me mad.
Absolutely. And
This
when they
rhetoric
have the
really
moment to
pissing me
tweet, they're
off.
tweeting and
Absolutely.
saying, please don't stop.
Afraid of the
Absolutely
saying,
what?
they're
Where
most
is
afraid of
this?
the bombs
Where is this
stopping,
evidence?
Because if the bombs stop, they believe the United States might be done.
Absolutely. And when they have the moment to tweet, they're tweeting and saying, please don't stop. Because the worst thing that could happen to us is if you leave this regime in place, which.
Absolutely. And when they have the moment to tweet, when we're not bombing them, when they're like dodging missiles and they have a moment to tweet, they're like, please, America, please keep the bombs coming. Please keep bombing everywhere, please. Please, you're going to give us freedom, just more. We're almost to freedom, America. Just one more Tomahawk missile, please. There's a daycare over there 30 meters west. Please, America, please keep the Tomahawks coming. The Iranian citizens are on Twitter. When they get, literally, she said, when they get the chance. You can't make this up. She literally said, Sharon Yeager, LA Mom Magazine. She's the founder of LA Mom Magazine. I thought you were Iranian refugee. So what are you even talking about then? Why are we even listening to this girl? Because her grandparents are from Iran? What? Bitch, you're from LA. Bitch, you're from Cali. You literally live in the Palisades, probably. Can't make this up. She literally said, when they get to the chance. Oh, the bombs are done? No. Let me hop on Twitter real quick. America, please keep the bombing going, please. We've almost reached freedom. We've almost reached freedom from this oppressive regime. America, please keep the bombs coming. You're almost there. We've almost done it. This is actual rhetoric from Fox News.
They're tweeting and saying, please don't stop, because the worst
Please
thing that
don't
could happen to
stop.
us is and saying, please, when they have
Please
the moment
don't
to tweet,
stop.
they're tweeting and saying, please don't stop,
Who-
because the worst thing that could
Can you like put it? It would be so easy to just put one of these tweets on the screen. I mean, you guys already have bots running the platform. Why don't they have any of these tweets so we can see that? I've never seen an Iranian tweet. Hey, the bomb hit my house. Like, but can you bomb my neighbors too? Like, let's keep it going. I've never seen these tweets.
And when they have the moment to tweet, they're tweeting and saying, please don't stop.
When they
Because
have the
worst thing that
moment
could
to
happen us
tweet,
is
that's
if we
just
leave-
delicious.
They're most afraid of the bombs stopping.
That's just scrumptious.
Because if the bombs stop, they believe the United States might be done.
Absolutely. And when they have the moment to tweet, they're tweeting and saying, please don't
When
stop.
they have the
Because
moment to
the
tweet.
worst thing that could happen to us is if you leave this regime in place, which means who is going to pay the price? We, the Iranian people, are. They're going to torture us more. They're going to kill us. They're going to throw us in prison. You've got to finish the job. They are celebrating every time a bomb goes on. Just imagine, Trace, for a moment, that you'd be celebrating when you hear a bomb go off, because that is a freedom mission. It's a freedom mission for them.
Freedom.
This is not a war. They are finally going to be
Freedom, just like Syria. Are they going to get the same freedom that Syria is getting after we toppled their regime? Is it that type of freedom where ISIS just takes over like later? How about Afghanistan when we did a regime change in Afghanistan, and then another like terrorist regime just came and took over? Is that the type of freedom they're going to get? What type of freedom exactly are they going to get? What type of democracy exactly are they going to get from this? You know, what's actually in store for them? Who's going to come? What angel is going to come after the bombing is done? What angel is going to appear from the rubble and give them this freedom that you're talking about? What is she even saying? Please keep the bombs coming. And then what? And then what? Hamas is going to like be the leader of the government? Who is going to do it? What are we going to send a woman over there to make everybody gay? What's going on?
free from their oppressors that have held them hostage for the past 47 years.
Yeah. You have the people who were talking.
They held them hostage for the past. They held who hostage? The citizens of Iran? The citizens of Iran have been held hostage for 40 years. How does that look like? I mean, I guess when you go on Fox News, they're just like, hey, man, relax. You're free to say anything. Listen, it doesn't even have to make sense. We don't fact check on here. Be yourself. Let's have a drink. Have a sip of coffee. Can we get you anything? Oh, I'm just kind of nervous. I just want to make sure I have my facts right. I'm kind of nervous. Don't even worry about it. Facts. Tuh. Sources. Listen, say anything. I'll nod my head. We got people. We got all this stuff going on. We're backed. We're backed. We have the media on our side. Listen, say what you want. The Grok isn't gonna stop us. It's like they're saying anything. Are they even trying to make sense? Are they even worried about making sense? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think they're worried about if they're making sense or not. That's just what I think. Man, we looking good, man. We looking handsome. We looking lean. We looking lean to maxed. Yeah, so we're on some Reddit True Tide right now. I think I took like 4.5 milligrams of Reddit True Tide, and it really leaned me out. You know, we're lean maxing right now. We're at the gym, going crazy. By the way, guys, we're streaming at the gym every single day for the most part. Maybe like 5 days a week. We're streaming at the gym every day. You know, I go to the most famous, the most packed with influencers and baddies and huzz and bodybuilder gym in Texas, Absolute Recomp. Just for you guys, just for the content, because there's you guys are gonna see in the live, in the videos and everything like that. It's the baddest, most beautiful woman you've ever seen, you've ever laid your eyes on, and then you see like, you know, not that I'm gay or anything like that, but then you see the most handsome. Okay, let me take that back. Then you see the most sculpted, you know, healthy looking, fit, jacked, six packs, muscles. It's like, what steroid cycle are you on? You can't even get that much success with testosterone and HGH and just your regular steroids. These are genetic freaks. They moved here to go to this gym. They relocated to show up at this gym. They're not even from here. They're all influencers. They're all bodybuilders. You know, they all have brands. They all have brand deals. And I'm going to this gym for you guys. I didn't go to this gym before. I went to a regular gym. I went to Metroflex. You know, I went to LA Fitness. I just wanted to get my lifting and you know, don't get me wrong, I am a bit of a specimen myself. You know, I am competing. I'm not just getting outright mogged to oblivion. You know what I'm saying? I am holding up my own a little bit. Right? So, but I am, like I said, we on Reddit though. I ate one meal today. I pretty much been fasting for like the past 6 days. Reddit is crazy, bro. Reddit is so crazy. For the past 5 days, I've like fasted for like 3 of those 5 days. I didn't eat anything. And then the other 2 days, I ate like one meal, just beef and eggs in the morning. And that was it. And it's really incredible. And then I'm handsome. And then I'm literally the sexiest I've been in like years. When you don't eat, it's that simple. And, you know, just a little bit of HGH too at night. But that's optional. You don't even have to do that. Retta will set you free. And I went on TikTok and I typed in Retta TrueTide and it's banned. You can't even talk about it on TikTok anymore. That's how you know how delicious it is. That's how you know how effective it is when they ban it on TikTok. So, as long as you guys know that, I just want to let you guys know we are streaming. We are doing IRL gym streams most of the 5 days out of the week. IRL gym streams. You can catch them around the afternoon time. So you guys can check that out. We're going to be live on Kick, live on YouTube, live on Rumble. The Rumble is acting kind of weird with Streamlabs. It's not wanting for me to stream on Rumble. We're trying to get the Rumble going, but we're on YouTube, we're on Kick. And what we do on YouTube, we do these videos. We go live, we react to videos on YouTube. But when we're on Instagram, we do a whole different type of videos on Instagram. We're on Instagram, straight camera to the face, straight talking my shit on Instagram. You know, when we're blowing up quick, Instagram is like my biggest platform because it's just raw. It's just raw. I'm just putting up the camera to my face. No like edits, no like clipper edits, no like super crazy. Because you guys know I'm coming with the facts. I'm based. I'm here to tell the truth. I don't care if I offend anybody. I've already made the decision to go all out with the truth. So, you know me on the Instagram, just straight up, nothing, just straight raw talk. you already know the type of damage that's going to do on a platform. So if you want to see all that, that's on Instagram, TikTok as well. Andrew Fidelis, just type it in. It's on there. But we're going to check out this last video. George Janko. We got to check that out too. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Okay, yeah, let's talk about this George Janko. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. George Janko, and it's no hate or anything to George.
Brain, I was like,
No hate, but this is absolutely ridiculous. So this is George Janko's take on prenups.
I remember when we were getting married, in my brain, I was like, I'm gonna get a prenup. And so I go up to her and I said, hey, Bella, I just wanna let you know, like, just from the jump, I'm getting a prenup.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, absolutely.
I figured, because that's how the world works.
And again, dude, this is.
I figured he was going to get a prenup. That's low-key a red flag, but it's cool. I'm not even mad at that because that's a little bit nitpicky, but my senses just can't help to understand that, because a girl isn't supposed to be like aware of that. That's like a girl being like, oh, I already knew he was going to want multiple women. It's just, it's in his biology. It's like, yeah, but you're still supposed to be mad about that as a woman. You're not supposed to understand that. You're still supposed to throw like a fit. You're still supposed to be thinking like, just me, And I'm for monogamy. I'm not a polygamist. I'm a Christian. But when women say that type of thing, like, yeah, men want multiple women, and yeah, that's that. It's like, true, but you're not supposed to. That's not supposed to be your views, though. You're supposed to push back on that. So that's a red flag for me. I'm not going to say that's a deal breaker, though. I'm not saying she's for the streets, but it's just a little bit of a concern.
I'm getting a prenup.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, absolutely.
I figured, because that's how the world works.
And again, dude,
Yeah,
this
like,
is such a humiliating aspect to be in. It wasn't my Christian friends that woke me up. It was a freaking dude that doesn't even believe in God. And he just goes, what? And I go, yeah, he's a millionaire. So I thought he was going to be on my side of things. And this is what got me. He goes, I could never ask her to do that. It would feel so unsafe for her. And as soon as he said the word unsafe, in my brain, I said, wait a second. She spends her life with me.
As soon as he said the word unsafe, he got emotional. Unsafe. Unlocked. Somebody said the word unsafe, and then he changed his whole mind about a prenup. That's not even an argument. There's no logic behind that. There's no argument behind that. There's no reason behind that. It's literally just pure emotion. He heard the word unsafe, and the butterflies in his stomach started dancing. And the neurons in his brain started firing like, oh no, am I a misogynist? What am I? Am I red pill? Am I this? I don't want my girl to feel unsafe. I don't beat women. And he got triggered, and he was like, okay, I can't do this. And now he's going to do this whole cope, justify garbage about, to just justify him getting emotional.
She makes me a meal. She sacrifices everything. My kids are going to depend on her. Everything that I do is for her. And then right before I make a promise to God, her father, and her, I say, hey, could you sign this piece of paper? Because all of that pile of dirt over there that I would set on fire for you.
Well, then just cash at me. Then just give me all your money. See, and this is how you know this is just pure lies. You would set your money on fire for her. How could that even be for her? She wants you to have money. The money, it protects her. The money is for her. She doesn't want you to spend the money, let alone burn the money. How could you even burn money for her? What even is that? This is what I'm saying. This is just more cope. This is just more cope justification, because that doesn't even make any sense. That's like saying, I would do anything for my wife. I would kill my wife for my wife. That's how much I love her. I would just shoot her in the head for my wife. It's like, how is that for your wife? That literally is not for your wife. It literally is against your wife. I would burn my money for you. You wouldn't even send me any money. If I DM George Jenko right now, hey bro, can I hold three racks? Can I hold a couple thousand of that dirt in the corner? Can I get some of that dirt in the corner that you were talking about in that prenup video? Yeah. Let's see how dirty that dirt is.
I want to make sure that if you piss me off, that I could walk away and grab all of that. And in my brain, I go, oh, I just literally told God that all this materialistic things is worth more than his daughter. And I want.
Bro, you told God that? How? How did you tell God that by doing a prenup? Because listen, a girl can take all your money and whatever when you leave and you get divorced, right? I'm not even for divorced. I'm a Christian. I don't even believe in divorce. I don't even think that should be the case unless in extreme circumstances. But this woman can take all your money if you decide to divorce, and you're going to get wrecked by the worldly court system. It has nothing to do with God. This is a worldly court system, and they're going to wreck you. That's what they're here for, right? It isn't fair. It isn't 50-50. Like all of these divorce outcomes in court and these alimony and all these things favor women. The judgments favor women by like 99.9%. So there's an option out there for her to wreck your life. A prenup is just going to close that up. So how is this immoral? How is stopping the option from you getting wrecked? How is that saying, hey, God, I care about money more than this woman, more than my wife. I care more about money than your daughter, God. How does that doing any of that? Because you're not giving her an option to wreck your life. What about you? What about caring about you? What if your life gets wrecked? Aren't you God's son? Shouldn't you care for yourself as God's son? Why is it only her? Why is it only, oh no, she can't wreck me if we get a divorce. God, I'm disgracing your daughter. How about when you get a divorce and she takes your money and then you're disgraced? What about the son aren't you God's son? What about that? It's like, this is just nonsense. This is slop.
Went up to her and I said, hey, by the way, we're not doing that prenup thing. And bro, she cried. That broke me, dude. Because then I realized that, like, dude, a girl's not going to be like.
She cried. Then I cried. Yeah, okay. Then this is great stuff.
Yeah, no, I totally feel unsafe and I'll definitely sign. Thanks so much for that.
It was never an issue for me because same thing. It's like, that's what the world tells you. That's what you're supposed to do. I cried. That touched me so much.
She was like, I really didn't even care. This nigga George is having a whole dilemma. He's talking to his friends. He's figuring out what he should do. He's like, what should I do? She's over here like, yeah, and the whole time I didn't even care. Like, bro. Yeah, I mean, this just doesn't look good. It's just not a good look.
Because in my heart, if something ever happens to us, I'm going to be way too heartbroken to even think about the materialistic things. I don't care about the materialistic things. If we don't end up working out, that's a hurt for me. Like, we're over. Like,
I don't care about the materialistic things, but just leave that option of me taking all your money open. If you could, please. I don't care about money at all. I don't care about materialistic things. But also, just leave that option open for me to take all your stuff if this doesn't work, please. If you could do that. Can you be manipulated anymore, George? Can you be manipulated anymore? She's like as a person that is driven by logic and reason, my brain is going to explode watching this. What?
can't think of anything past that.
Yeah, this got to be rage bait. That's my only explanation. I mean, this has to be rage bait. What else is? How do you justify this? I don't see how this isn't rage bait. Like, what? She felt unsafe. He's like, she felt unsafe. And then it cuts to her and she's like, yeah, I actually didn't care the whole time. Like, who's feeling unsafe, George? Who's feeling unsafe exactly? Literally cut to her. She's like, oh, I literally couldn't give less of a fuck. And he's like, that's when I knew I had to. Like, what? But, okay. I really need to stop, like, I wish I wasn't such a logictician. A lot. What's the word? Logictician? A logician? I don't know. I wish I wasn't so driven by logic because nothing makes any logical sense anymore. Nothing makes sense. And it's a whole bunch of people is just trying to like win over idiots. That's just what the internet is. Oh yeah, let me win over these idiots with this slop that I mustered up. This slop that I curated in my kitchen. Let me win over the idiots with this.
Covered in strip clubs.
Now, this is the last video we're going to do because I've been going hard with the content because this is all we have left. You know, if you're not rich, if you're not famous, if you're not an e-celeb, I don't know how you expect to get married or, you know, have a secure relationship or have a secure family for that matter. So this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. And we love it. We enjoy it. We're happy. We're happy about it. We're happy about our rise to fame. We're having a good time. But my guy, my boy, James Fishback, hopefully he's my boy. Hopefully he really comes through on these things. Hopefully he isn't just talking, but I don't know how you can be just talking and with the views that James Fishback has. He really is based. So people are like, well, is he a spy? Is he CIA? Is he a plant? I don't see how he could be a plant. I mean, hopefully he's not a plant, but here's this little documentary. Is really a good kind of documentary-esque clip. Donnie Sullivan, CNN senior correspondent, host of the Devoted on CNN All Access. Okay, so this is a CNN journalist, media personnel, and he has a little video, and he got James Fishback and what's her name? Dang it, Sophie Rain and some other OnlyFans girl that I saw on the whatever podcast that I thought was like a Christian girl, but turns out she's an OnlyFans model. They got them, and they kind of did a sort of a documentary to explain the sin tax, the 50% sin tax that James Fishback is proposing for Florida. He's running for governor for the state of Florida, and he is proposing to make a 50% sin tax on OnlyFans models, that all of the income that you earn from OnlyFans will be taxed 50% and given to the government for whatever they choose, for whatever programs they choose. And I mean, this is a Christian governor. This is a based governor. So I'm sure that money will be used for good causes. I'm sure that money will go to, you know, good things. Much better things than guys beating their meat to Sophie Rain on OnlyFans. I mean, anything is better than that. So yeah, I'm for the sin tax. I'm for James Fishback. I wish I could vote for him. We're in Texas though, so I guess I got to vote for. I don't even know who's running. I got to do some research on that. But yeah, this is some good stuff here. I think this is good. A good video. I watched a little bit of it, but I wanted to save it just for you guys so I could get a real authentic reaction. So I'm sorry for the goon bait guys. Stay strong during this video.
I mean, this state is covered in strip clubs. It's silly to say like, oh, we're gonna have morals now.
He calls this a sin tax.
It's silly to say we're gonna have morals now. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. I mean, we are in the depths of hell. It's silly to say we're going to try to go to heaven now. It's like we're already at Epstein's Island. It's silly to say let's try to pray to God now. It's silly to say let's try to fix things now. This is why you just can't. You just can't with these people.
Do you view what you're doing as sinful?
At the end of the day, who are you to judge sin?
Florida's OnlyFans
What?
women are speaking out.
A Florida politician trying to start beef with me for clout.
James Fishback, a Republican primary candidate for governor here,
Well, it's
wants to
working.
bring in what he calls a 50% sin tax
on whatever you so-called earn via that online degeneracy platform.
Do you think for the voters of Florida that OnlyFans is really a major issue?
We don't want our women in Florida to feel as if the only way they can make a living is by selling nude images or videos on the internet to complete strangers.
Amen.
My view is really simple. If OnlyFans did not exist in Florida, we would be better off for it.
Facts.
I honestly disagree. I think that it's great. It just has created so many opportunities for me.
I wonder
I'm so
why.
thankful to even
I wonder why she disagrees. I wonder why she thinks it's great. Could it be possibly the millions and millions of dollars she makes every day from guys beating their meat to her online? Could this be a biased stance?
be here.
Sophie Rain, a Florida native, is one of the world's biggest OnlyFans stars.
And how much money have you made now?
I have just hit 100 million.
$100 million.
$100 million
Anya
is
Lacey
blood
says her
money.
success on OnlyFans has allowed her to buy what she wants now and to save for the future.
Make America great again.
Her journey to OnlyFans began on TikTok.
I started doing TikTok live.
Make America great again. This is what MAGA is about? Showing your tits online? How is that going to make America great? What does that have to do with making America great? Showing your tits online and showing your ass online so people could beat their meat to it and literally like have their energy just usurped out of them by the devil himself. I'm confused on where that's making America great at. What? I swear people will literally just say anything. We're making America great. How? You're an OnlyFans model.
And what would you do on the lives?
Well, I started building Legos, and then I would do like fun things. Like people really like to see me in costumes, and
I would build Legos with my tits out, and then I would get in like cool, fun costumes with my tits out, and yeah, I think you're missing a part here, lady.
And I started getting mass DMs from people, like mass DMs. Do you have an OF? Are you starting an OF?
And how quickly did your OnlyFans grow?
Oh, it was pretty big. Even that first day, I made like more money than I thought I would.
As St. Paul reminds us in Ephesians chapter 6.
Fishback is the underdog here, going up against a Trump-endorsed candidate in the Republican primary, but his events are attracting crowds of young men.
I've dealt with OnlyFans girls, I'll be honest. I've talked to women who have done these promiscuous activities, and there's no way that I would ever marry them, and most men wouldn't marry these types of women.
I'm actually way less bothered by satanic cults than I am by OnlyFans.
And Fishback's proposals are playing well in some places online.
And I don't know why the guy who runs OnlyFans is not in prison, like right now. If you're turning like a huge percentage of America's young women into prostitutes, you're a criminal.
I know why he's not in prison.
Spend their money, their time, their resources. I'm not letting them off the hook.
I have
either.
a guess.
I think they are just as complicit by handing over money to see these nude images. We'd be better off without OnlyFans.
Do strip clubs make Florida better?
No.
But you're not going to put a 50% tax on them.
Just wait on it. I will not tolerate cultural filth and moral
Hey, give him some
degeneracy in my
time.
state.
There's a lot of talk about like
Let him win
crisis of
first.
masculinity in the U.S. and
Oh yeah, I think men are women now. Men want to be princesses. The biggest problem is like male loneliness and men kind of falling out of men's groups.
people view you as
Yeah.
part of that problem.
Oh, yeah,
because,
yeah.
You know, they say, well,
porn and OnlyFans, you are selling these men a fantasy that if you weren't doing that, they might get up off their asses and go out to the bar.
So I think it goes back to your responsibility as a creator. A lot of the way I do things is I try and talk to them, but also lead them in a direction where they will talk to other women, and have the courage to get out and go do other things.
How would they do that? What, like mid nut bust? You're telling them what exactly? After all the energy is sucked out of them, their essence is literally sucked out by an OnlyFans demon. You're giving them advice on how to what? Do what? You don't even run your account. You don't even message these people personally. You have an Indian doing all that for you. Where are you leading these guys to exactly? She's just lying. What? What does that even mean? Yeah, I make sure I tell them to lead them in a direction to go out and be confident and find a woman. Well, then they're not going to need you then. Then they're going to like not subscribe to your channel, and then you're going to like not make any money if you actually did that. So I don't believe that. This is slop. Not the video. The video is good because this is what we need to see. We need to bring some more awareness to this because porn is a dangerous thing that will destroy you from the inside out. It will destroy you and it will make you weak and docile and it'll make you a loser. It'll make you a loser. It'll make you beta. It'll make you less of a man. It'll make you a weak twink, simp, wimp, loser, weakling, idiot, docile, beta male. It will literally morph you into one of those guys. And, it happens slow and it's very, subconscious and it's very subtle. These aren't, you don't just wake up one day and you realize that you're an idiot, babbling idiot, beta male with no testosterone. You slowly start to turn into this guy. And, these effects start wearing on you over time. So you might beat your meat one night and think it's okay. And then you might beat your meat, once a week and think it's cool and think you're in the clear. Well, it's not affecting me. I'm still good. I'm still going to work. I'm still talking to people. I'm still, what's the word? I'm still functioning in society. I'm still doing all right. It doesn't affect me. But then you start to do it more and more and more. And all of a sudden you're not going to the gym as much. And all of a sudden, you're not confident when you're talking to women. You're not as confident as you were 2 years ago. You don't even notice. All of a sudden, you're not as quick as you were 2 years ago. You're just more docile. You're not as confident. You're not as masculine. You're not as bold as you were 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You're letting a lot of shit slide. You're letting a lot of people get over on you. You're not as strong as you were. Maybe you're losing muscle. Maybe you're having erectile dysfunction, your libido wasn't as high as it used to be. But you're like, oh, well, I'm just getting old, or I think, time is passing, or it is what it is. I don't lift as much, so maybe that's why. But it's like, well, you don't lift as much because of all of these reasons, because your test is low and your motivation is low. So all of these things are horrible and you need to stay away. You need to fight. You don't need to, it's not even like, I'm just not going to watch porn. It's not enough. You need to fight because the demons are fighting for your soul. So you have to fight back. You can't just be passive. You can't just be, a non-interventionist. You can't be Switzerland. You can't be a pacifist. You have to fight the demons back. Because the amount of force that they're putting, their amount of force and energy and vigor that they're putting to brainwash you and put porn all over your media, put porn in your face, put girls half naked, half dressed, tits out, ass out, everywhere you look, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere, in real life, in your job, anywhere. Your own sisters wearing like whores clothes, you know, your own family. There as much work, as much influence, and as much time as they're putting in that, and energy. You have to reciprocate that. You have to combat that with an equal and opposite force, maybe even more, right? You got to turn into a maniac. And that's our